Assists per game, best assist to turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push. Holloway buries it. And a little reaction for the crowd.
Then become a little bit superstitious and wear them.
Clark lays it in. Caitlin Clark's first points of 2026.
Well, Teacha's been a big fan of mine ever since I was in college, and somebody that has always been right there to congratulate me or just...
Caitlin Clark is actually scoring fewer points in stretches of 2026 than she did in 2025. Yet the Indiana Fever are more dangerous when she's on the floor now than at almost any point last season. That sounds impossible, but here's the stat almost nobody is talking about. In multiple 2026 games, Clark's impact on offensive runs, pace, and defensive attention has been higher than during her explosive rookie year, even when her shooting numbers dipped. Last year, Caitlin Clark was surviving chaos. This year, she's controlling it. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why Caitlin Clark's 2026 comeback might secretly be more dangerous than her 2025 breakout.
To Boston, off to Clark. Clark, a three to tie. No! Can't hit. Loose ball. Dallas has it.
The conversation around Caitlin Clark in 2026 has been weirdly divided. Some fans are focused on the box score. Others are comparing every game to her rookie season highlights, and every slow start instantly turns into overreactions online. But if you actually watch the games closely, something major has changed. This version of Caitlin Clark looks calmer, more patient, more strategic, and honestly, more complete. In this video, we're breaking down 3 massive differences between 2025 and 2026, why her comeback performances feel completely different, how defenses are reacting to her now compared to last season, and the biggest adjustment she's made that could change Indiana's ceiling entirely, because this isn't just about scoring anymore, it's about control. And once you see the difference between rookie Caitlin Clark and 2026 Caitlin Clark,
but most importantly for Caitlin, for somebody who loves to just play, just to find joy in playing again. I mean, it's hard when you're injured, and you're in and out, and you don't really know what to expect, or you don't really trust sometimes, your body and things that are happening. And so I'm proud of her and the work that she's put in and the commitment.
The WNBA starts looking very different. In 2025, Caitlin Clark entered the league playing at full speed almost every possession. That was part of what made her electric. Every touch felt unpredictable. Every deep three felt possible. Every transition push felt like it could become a highlight. But there was a downside to that style. Defenses could bait her into chaos. Last season, teams trapped her aggressively. They pressured her high. They forced Indiana into rushed possessions. And early in her rookie year, it worked. You could see moments where Clark looked frustrated, not because she lacked talent, but because the league was forcing her to adjust in real time. That's what made her rookie season fascinating. It wasn't dominance from day one. It was adaptation under pressure. And by the second half of 2025, you could already see flashes of the player she was becoming. The court started slowing down for her. Instead of forcing deep shots every possession, she began manipulating defenders.
I noticed. Hey, what are your expectations for Indiana in year 3 with Caitlin Clark?
Jay, this team should be contending. When you look at what they were able to accomplish last year, despite a plethora of injuries, not just Caitlin Clark, they were still a team that got to the playoffs and pushed the ultimate champ sort of to the brink, right? And so this year, if they can stay healthy, health is wealth for every team in the league, but in particular, if this group stays healthy, their core brings you just about everything you need. Aaliyah Boston, outstanding rim protector and rebounder. Kelsey Mitchell, one of the best scorers in the WNBA, and obviously the court vision that Caitlin Clark brings, as well as the scoring. And so,
instead of reacting to traps emotionally, she started reading them. That evolution matters because it directly explains why 2026 feels different. This season, Clark isn't playing faster, she's playing smarter. That's the key distinction. In several comeback games this year, Indiana looked dead offensively early, and then suddenly exploded once Clark settled into rhythm. Not because she started chucking shots, because she started controlling tempo. That's superstar behavior. And here's the scary part for the rest of the league. She's doing it while facing even more defensive attention than last year. Teams are picking her up near half court, sending multiple defenders, trying to force the ball out of her hands immediately. And yet Indiana's offense still finds life through her decision-making. That's growth, Not hype, not narratives, actual basketball growth. But the biggest difference between 2025 and 2026 might not even be offensive. It might be mental. And one specific game revealed it perfectly. Because what happened during one brutal stretch this season showed exactly how much Caitlin Clark has changed under pressure.
I think mostly on dead balls, like I'm the best. I think I'm the best transition player in the league. That's where I thrive. Everybody knows that's my game, so.
Think back to some of the roughest moments from Caitlin Clark's rookie year. Missed shots would visibly affect her. Bad officiating frustrated her. Physical defenses sometimes sped her up mentally. That's normal for a rookie superstar. But in 2026, the emotional response looks completely different. But then, something changed in the third quarter. Instead of forcing hero shots, Clark slowed everything down. She attacked mismatches, used screens more patiently, started manipulating weak side defenders with her eyes. And suddenly, Indiana went on a run. That sequence perfectly captures the difference between 2025 and 2026. Last year's version of Clark sometimes tried to win games immediately. This year's version understands momentum. That's a massive leap. Even teammates have started reacting differently around her. You can see more trust in late-game possessions, more movement off ball, more confidence in transition spacing. That's leadership growth, and it's happening while the pressure around her has doubled.
This is the thing, though. Players who wear masks, if they do well in them, they then become a little bit superstitious and wear them.
Clark lays it in.
Remember, every arena sells differently when Caitlin Clark arrives. Every broadcast becomes bigger. Every game turns into a national discussion. That pressure destroys some athletes. Clark seems to be learning how to weaponize it. And there's another detail most people completely miss when comparing 2025 to 2026. Defenses are no longer surprised by her. That rookie shock factor is gone. Now teams spend entire game plans preparing for her. They know the deep range, they know the transition passing, they know the logo threes, and she's still impacting games at an elite level. Honestly, that might be more impressive than the rookie explosion itself. Because the hardest thing in sports isn't becoming great. It's staying dangerous after everybody knows what you want to do. And that's where 2026 Clark looks different, more calculated, more resilient, more complete. But the biggest answer to this entire conversation comes down to one question. Is Caitlin Clark actually becoming a winning superstar or just a bigger star? That's where the real debate begins. Because once you compare Indiana's identity in 2025 versus 2026, the answer becomes impossible to ignore. In 2025, Caitlin Clark was the system. Everything depended on her creating magic. If she struggled, Indiana struggled. If she got blitzed defensively, possessions collapsed. If she sat, the offense often stalled completely. That's what rookie superstars usually experience. But in 2026, Indiana looks more connected around her. And that changes everything. Now you're seeing more structured spacing, cleaner off-ball movement, more trust between Clark, Boston, and the supporting cast. The Fever still have flaws defensively. They still go through cold stretches, but the offense feels sustainable now. That's important, because sustainable offense wins playoff games. And this is where the comeback conversation gets really interesting. A lot of fans expected Caitlin Clark's return season to look exactly like her rookie highlights. Endless logo threes, non-stop fast breaks, viral scoring explosions every night. But basketball growth doesn't always look louder. Sometimes it looks calmer. That's the hidden leap she's making. She's beginning to understand when to attack and when to control. That's what elite point guards do. And honestly, that may matter more long-term than averaging a few extra points. Because now defenses are trapped in a nightmare. If they pressure her too high, she finds passing lanes. If they sag off, she pulls from deep. If they switch slower defenders onto her, she attacks downhill. She's starting to dictate games instead of simply reacting to them. That's superstar evolution. And the numbers back it up.
Hands it off to Clark. Clark being guarded by Gardner. Puts the floater up and rattles it in.
Even in games where her shooting percentages fluctuate, Indiana's offensive energy often changes completely when she takes control of pace. That's impact beyond the box score. That's what MVP-level players eventually become. Not just scorers, system changers. And when you compare that to 2025, the difference becomes obvious. Rookie Caitlin Clark was spectacular chaos. 2026 Caitlin Clark is learning controlled destruction. That's scarier because once the mental side catches up to the talent, the league usually has a problem, a serious one. And if Indiana keeps building chemistry around this version of Clark, the Fever stop becoming a fun story. They become a contender, definitively. So here's the biggest takeaway from all of this. First, Caitlin Clark's 2026 impact goes way beyond scoring. Second, the biggest difference from 2025 is control, composure, and decision-making. And third, Indiana's ceiling changes completely if this version of Clark keeps evolving. The scary part? She still hasn't fully peaked yet. In the next video, we're breaking down whether the Indiana Fever actually have the best young core in the entire WNBA, and why the answer might surprise people. So here's the question. Do you think 2026 Caitlin Clark is already better than her rookie version overall? Drop a basketball if you think she is. And subscribe to WNBA Shorts for weekly deep dives.